Yo, what's up people, it's your boy P, also known as Captain P67. We're back here today for some more last Epoch content for you, and this is for 1.1. So without further ado, what we're going to get into quickly is the perfect 1.1 Sorcerer new cycle starter build. Just to give you a quick recap, with this build, I've gone through the whole campaign. I'm actually in Echoes and Monoliths now. I'm currently level 60. We're blasting and blitz through everything, all the content in the game. I've done all the Nemesis at the highest power, so at level 3. We didn't die once to any of them. We literally obliterated them super quick. What I'll do is I'll quickly go over the gear, and then the idols, the passives and the skills. We can't go over the blessings because this is a brand new character, this is a cycle. So this is without any blessings added on, and I just got this just now. And I ran this same build through a boss fight, the Abomination, the first one, just to see how it would scale at actual boss fights. And we literally killed all the 4 nodes with 2 hits of the meteors and a fireball, and then we just obliterated the boss. So the build is creme de la creme, the best of the best, I believe, for a cycle and just a starter build. It's really easy to obtain, which I'll go through. So first and foremost, every single time I've done the campaign, and I've got over 2,500 hours in the game, I've always found a Calamity on every playthrough. So Calamity is a very common drop that drops, and it's kind of perfect for this build. But if you obviously don't get the Calamity, you could just use any sort of helmet, any yellow helmet, blue helmet that has maybe a bit of fire damage or anything that's kind of relevant to the skills that we've got. And it's more than just a fireball, but this literally fit perfect with the build. Now, second, I would say same thing. I am using Snap Freeze in this build, which I'll explain. Now, this again, the Invoker's Frozen Heart. Again, with the campaign, it always seems to drop commonly. It seems like a very common drop in general. It's never really been an issue to get. But again, if you don't get this specifically, you can get any amulet that maybe has like a plus to additional freeze rate or cast speed or anything that's going to help you in any way, shape or form in regards to either cast, fire damage, cold damage, or anything relative to the skills we're going to use today. In regards to the wand, I only actually just replaced this when I started running Echoes. I had even a blue wand the whole time. Same thing again, so a bit of fire damage will be beneficial for you. Anything like shock on hit or any sort of proc spell damage negation in regards to the spell cost itself. Anything relevant or anything close will be fine. Like I said, I just literally used this as I got this from an Echo. I was using a blue one with hardly any good stats and it still did really well. In regards to the body armor, we are using Flame Ward, and we also have Fire Aura, which procs a lot, and we do a lot of fire damage. So as you can see, it's only a 2 intelligence, which is very low. It's not even difficult to get. So if you can get anything with fire damage, intelligence to scale a little bit of ward and help you in that, and also scale your abilities, that would be great. We don't have to worry about resistances or capping that because we're literally so early, but we can do all that later. So any armor piece with fire damage, cold damage, intelligence, a bit of resistance somewhere, and a bit of armor maybe would definitely be beneficial. So mana regen is always helpful, and armor on top of that for the implicits as well. In regards to the offhand, we've just gone for the first one that I found and the one that's I could find that was relevant. Throughout the whole run, it has 5 intelligence, which is great. Obviously, we don't have any minions, so you can see it's not fully optimized, but it's perfectly fine. Crit chance, dodge rate in void, so covers a few of the suffixes in regards to defenses. In regards to the ring, this I just got from the Echo, so I don't want to mislead any sort of content or any information. So I was using this, and if you can see on this one again, it has minion damage, which is not relative to the build. However, intelligence is great, movement speed is great, health regen is great, and fizz raise for that as well. And I just got super lucky with the one I just ran before the boss. I just got this, so this is literally perfect for the build. We do fire damage, we do cold damage, we do a lot of damage over time, plus the intelligence to scale, stun avoidance, necrotic, mana, and mana regen. So once you start getting further progression, you can obviously replace any of these. And again, you could use this as a template, and if you get better gear or purple gear, way better, just obviously replace it as quick as you can. I got this super early in the game when I killed the Exile Mage, and I like to test my build against everything, so I did all the Nemesis at the highest levels. I fought all the Exile Mages as soon as I could, and I fought any bosses that were available and obliterated all of them without a single death, and we just kind of just destroyed everything. But this one comes with mana regen, which could be good for your build since you're using quite a bit of mana, but we don't have any mana issues with this build, and I'll go through that with you as well. Bit of health and resistance is great. Now, this is easy obtainable because this is part of the Nemesis. I believe they do offer it to everyone at the start. Now, I got lucky with this one with health, and again, all attributes. Attunement's going to help me get mana regen. Intelligence is going to scale all my abilities anyway. If you're not sure how scaling works, just go over any skill. Where it says scaling tags at the bottom, you can normally scale off there, which is just mostly intelligence anyway. So intelligence, 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 intelligence. So we scale that. So attunement for the mana regen, intelligence to scale, strength for the armor, dex for the dodge obviously, and the vigor for the HP, etc. as well, which is also known as vitality. Now, Avarice gloves, again, you get these throughout the campaign and it's part of the drop, so it's pretty much a guaranteed drop, but you can replace these for anything. However, we are using elemental damage, so if you want to keep that survivability and poise and constant DPS, every time we do fire damage or cold damage, we're getting life leech back, we've got increased leech rate, plus we've got some elemental resistance, a little bit of armor and mana, and they're guaranteed to get these in the campaign. So you can use all these items, you're pretty much going to get them anyway. And I'd always say these, Advent to the Erase these boots, on your campaign playthrough, you normally always get these anyway, and they're very, very common. We've got a strength drop, which is nothing relative to my build or what I'm working with, but strength can give you armor, a bit more defense, make you a bit more tanky. This build is quite tanky already and it's very strong, and with these it's even better. So again, you might get something better or better roll. So just replace any boots with any fire damage, intelligence, anything to scale with that, and you're good to go. In regards to the relic, it's the first one I picked. We're not using Frost Wall at all, and I just mainly went for the cast speed. So we kind of got lucky with the tier 7 cast speed, which helps a hell of a lot. So if you can get any items with some cast speed or any sort of bonuses, just swap the relic out and you're good to go. In regards to idols, I'm not going to go over more like super in depth because again, some of these are just filled in because this is all I had at the time, and this is obviously just leveling up as we do. So I've added some bleed, some extra ailments, more damage, more health when I can, fire damage increase, cold damage, health, etc., conversion, more resistances, and that's it basically. Same. So just replace what you got. Obviously adding beneficial ones for your build and how you play. Everyone plays different, but this is literally the perfect starter pack, I'd say, just to cover everything. Quick mono blasting, quick solo target damage, quick crowd control, everything is covered for you. Now we've covered the items and inventory. We've gone over the idols as well, so we'll quickly go over the passives and the skills. So in regards to skills, you should be able to see all these. If there's any reason you want a more in-depth breakdown, just join the Twitch stream. Links will be in the description below. But in regards to Fireball, we've got 3 Fireballs coming out for more crowd control. They're proc multiple times, do a lot of damage over time with the fire damage, and just crowd control really well. And then we've also got Snap Freeze, which I'll get into as well. So you can just take a screenshot of all these. So 5 out of 5 Winged Fire, 1 out of 1 for Fire Spray, 4 out of 4 for Adept, 1 out of 5 for Conflagration, and Flammability 3 out of 4, and then Manosphere 3 out of 3. We obviously still got more levels to go because we are only level 60, but like I said, this is a perfect starter pack, and then you can change it as you go and build from there. Teleport, we've gone 1 out of 4 Comet Rush, 3 out of 5 Crystalline Passage, 4 out of 4 Flicker, 1 for Wormhole, 2 out of 3 for Body, Stable Bubble 2 out of 5, Ether Barrier 3 out of 5, 1 out of 5 for Elemental Affinity, and that should cover that. And again, if I have missed anything or you want more in-depth conversation, just join the Twitch stream. I stream on Twitch every day. We've just done over a 12-hour stream. We're back tomorrow, or what, it's 5:34 in the morning AM. So we're back again today with another long stream later. Snap Freeze, I'd go over this quickly. The reason why I've added this is absolutely phenomenal. When you're using the Fireball or using the Comet, Snap Freeze, even if early, can be kind of strong and potent. However, when we Snap Freeze any enemies or anything in the game, we can get 7, I can't calculate it most, it's between 7 and 8 procs. So you Snap Freeze them, and I can do 7 or 8 procs of cast of Fireball constantly, as well as Meteorite. So you can drop a Meteorite, you can proc that Fire Penetration, then do your Fireball. It all stacks and does crazy damage, and they can't do nothing. They're literally stuck in that animation. So Snap Freeze is amazing for that. If you want to get crazy damage as well, so we get cast speed here, 2 out of 8 for Adept. 4 out of 4 for Snap Freeze lasts longer, so they proc longer. Mana efficiency with Snow Flurry, cooldown recovery. We got 1 for Frostbite, so we guaranteed Frostbite. So not only hitting with like frost itself, like cold damage, the Frostbite kicks in, does more damage. And then you've also got this, so this creates a frozen ground, which does Frostbite, increase the duration. So we cover not only the area, we cover the ground around us. And then this is the key one right here. So cold penetration with Frostbite. Not only do you proc Frostbite, you can do cold penetration with it, so mega damage. Cover the area, crowd control, single target damage, the freeze is covered in the cold damage, proc them with the fire and the meteorite, mega fire damage. Now, what I mentioned Craterborn is this one. This is the key node you want here, Craterborn. Craterborn, it gives you 75% fire penetration, which is global. So as soon as you drop more meteorite, you can go straight into fireball. So not only are you going to take more damage, the fire penetration kicks in as well. Your meteorite's also going to do the damage as well. And with this, we've gone for 5 out of 5 craterborn, like I said. 3 out of 3 for that cycle of fire. So we get ward as well as mana gain back when we're using, when you cast in fireball. So the synergy is perfect. We've gone 3 out of 3 for aftermath. So we get mana back for each sort of like crater anyway. Or meteorite. Force of impact gives them a bit of stun damage. Stun locks them as well if you're proccing multiple, which we are. We've got more full speed, so 3 out of 5 for rapid descent, which is amazing. We've got extra meteors, so going for twin meteors, but we've also got an additional one. So as soon as we proc it, we drop 3 meteors instantly. We have no mana issues whatsoever. Get our mana pretty much straight back, and you can kind of keep proccing it as well as a fireball. So close range, we have the meteorites, as well as the snap freeze. Long range to medium range, we have the fireball. So before they even get to us, they're already set on fire. They're already losing most of their HP. And if for any reason they do get close, you hit him with that meteorite, super damage. And another godly thing on top of all that is, with Flame Ward, we've gone for 5 out of 5 for this, which gives you an extra 250 fire damage, which is bonkers good. We've also gone for extra duration, which is amazing. We've also gone for 2 out of 5 through flames, just additional fire damage on top of the fire damage with the fire penetration, which I mentioned, so you can see the synergy. And then we've also added fire aura. So on top of all of that, not only are we doing mega damage with projectiles, we're actually on fire when we use it, and our fire aura melts anything. So if any reason anyone gets close to you after all of that, not the craziness you're doing, they're going to get melted as soon as they stand next to you with fire aura. So we've got long range, medium range, and close quarters covered with this build. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Energized flame ward, so we get ward per second, more survivability. I was sitting on average about 1,000 ward plus when I was like fighting or proccing. You can go out of this ward retention recollection, so we get more ward retention, more survivability. And then stalwart defense is great for additional ward on top of all of that, and then there's extra layers to it. So when you add all of that plus the barrier, you actually take 16% less hit damage while you have your flame ward available. Cooldown seems like 15 seconds, lasts for a certain amount of duration as well, so it's 3 seconds there, etc. But it's just really good overall. So that is the main gist of the skills. Now I'll quickly go over the passive super quick, and that is your starter build to cover you for whatever you need in the game. Now in regards to the mage, we obviously start off here and go with the points. We've gone scholar, so we've got some good amount of HP, good amount of mana, so we don't have no issues with HP as well as mana. We've gone for 1 out of 6 here for ward, so whenever you get hit for a big proc, you gain a burst. So if you're in a, all of a sudden you take a big hit, you're going to get a lot of ward for that defense, it's going to go back up, your other defense modifier is going to kick in and you're pretty much safe. This one gives you more ward retention for that survivability. 8 out of 8 for elementalist for that fire damage, cold damage. We don't use lightning per se, but if we do want to proc into those we can in the future, but for now cold and the fire is great, and we have to start off somewhere with the points to get further on the board, so we had to go for there. Intelligence scaling plus some resistance is amazing, scales all like I said before. And then 3 out of here minimum, so you get the additional cast speed and the 3-point bonus. So cooldown recovery speed on teleport, teleport's quicker, you get more ward and everything back, and the buffs as well. Bit of crit strike multiplier with the crit chance when you get it. And then we've got 2 out of 5 here for more fire damage and the cooldown. We also get ward when we hit them with fire damage. So again, ignore the lightning part, but the fire damage is great for the procs. And then ice and fire, 3 out of 5. And we can go further to scale the damage even more. So as you can see, cold damage with the snap freeze. We can also chill them as well, which is great for more crowd control, better just situations for combat with its solo or crowd control. And then also the fire damage with the ignite as well with the fire skills, which kind of procs into this. So if we go straight to the sorcerer after that, you can use arcane momentum, which we had to start again just to build a tree up to get up to these nodes. But you could skip this if you want, but it's definitely good to have a bit extra cast in there. Or the faster the cast, quicker the DPS. Intelligence here, 1 out of 5 at the moment. We've gone 5 out of 5 for that bonus, so we get ward per second per max mana. Still a nice bit of mana at the moment. Nothing too high, nothing too low, 2, 4, 1. But that will scale with that, so that'll give you more ward, so more defenses, plus the extra mana and the survivability, so you can do more DPS, stay in the pocket and just tank the hits and just hit them back with more hits and more fire damage. 6 points in here for that mana regen, so we don't have any mana issues whatsoever. Extra mana regen is a bonus, plus the 6-point bonus, so increased mana regen per 100 max mana, which I've just showed you. So that procs in. Fire damage is our main skill for now, as we're using fireball, meteorite, so we get more additional fire damage. Ignite chance here on here as well. Fire penetration for the more damage, plus with the craterborn, all procs all scales very well. 5 out of 5, and then 7 out of 8 for this, so more fire damage over time. more spreading flame chance. So you're constantly doing DPS, you're constantly feeding yourself with that HP. With the average gloves, you're kind of feeding your HP back, so you're all staying healthy, as well as doing the damage and DPS. And that DPS over time will heal you as well, which is great. This one's great for vitality and increasing the duration slightly. And then we just gone 2 out of 5 for spell slinger, which does additional spell damage. And again, you can see the kind of consistency with the cast speed, DPS, survivability. So there you go, folks. That is your 1.1 Sorcerer build to cover anything you're going to need. Early game, mid game, end game. And then as you progress and you start hitting empowered, you can obviously add more points, add more survivability, tailor the build how you want it tailored. But that will cover everything for you. I've done everything on stream to try and test it, like I said. So if you do want to watch the VODs back for any proof or receipts, just watch the VOD back and see how I've done everything. But that is everything covered and tested for you, like I always do. So that's 1.1 Sorcerer build, starter build covered for you. I will be covering the Sentinel and other builds. I got so many builds coming out, so stay tuned for more. But thanks for the time wherever you are. And links will be in the description below. So if you did want to support the Twitch channel in any way, shape or form, I stream on Twitch every day. You can join there. You could follow the channel, you could sub, you can gift a sub, you can tip, you can donate. And if you want to support the YouTube channel in any way, shape or form, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can like the video, you can comment on the video as well. But again, if there's anything I missed or you want me to cover further in depth, just during the stream. And if you got any other questions, I got you. But apart from that, wherever you are, have a good morning, have a good night, have a good evening. I will catch you on the next one. Take it easy and peace out.